make you proud, Daddy. I'm gonna make you so proud.
Number 10, Ben Affleck. Affleck's career underwent the ultimate resurgence in the 2010s. That said, before he could climb back to the top, Affleck had to pull himself up from the bottom. While the scripts did Affleck few favors, his acting rarely elevated the material. When Affleck wasn't overacting in theatrical soap operas like Pearl Harbor, he was phoning it in as Daredevil.
What are you...
Blind? Yeah.
I am so sorry.
That's okay. Yeah.
Friend of yours?
You know, I've never seen him before.
Gigli alone turned Affleck into a punchline along with Jennifer Lopez, leaving audiences to ponder how two actors with zero chemistry could become the it couple in real life. On the heels of more half-assed performances in Jersey Girl and Surviving Christmas, Affleck started turning things around with Hollywoodland in his directorial debut, Gone Baby Gone.
We want to hire you to augment the investigation of Amanda.
Is that right?
Yet, even Affleck cringes reflecting on this decade's low points. Number 9, Estella Warren. Following her stint as a synchronized swimmer and model, Estella Warren tried transitioning to acting at the dawn of the new century. Warren didn't stray far from her roots, playing a model in her film debut, Perfume.
There's nothing to work out. I don't understand what you're not quite getting about No.
Her acting muscles weren't flexed much further in Driven or Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes. While there wasn't much to those roles beyond the love interest, it's telling that Mark Wahlberg had more romantic history with Helena Bonham Carter as a chimpanzee than Warren's character. We'd also argue that Jerry O'Connell had more chemistry with the kangaroo in Kangaroo Jack.
I'm kidding. It won't bring down the swelling.
Warren rounded out the 2000s appearing in several low-budget flicks. The next decade didn't show greater prospects, as Warren became better known for her legal troubles.
It's a minor thing, but it's my minor thing.
Number 8, Carmen Electra. The opening of Scary Movie was funny enough, but when that's your most credible role, your resume might as well be written on toilet paper, and not the soft kind either.
Who is this?
Tell me your name and I'll tell you mine.
I don't think so.
What's that noise?
Oops. I farted. I didn't think you would hear me.
No, that popping noise.
Carmen Electra went on to appear in various other parody movies, like Date Movie, Epic Movie, and most regrettably, Meet the Spartans. Believe it or not, none of those brought Electra's worst performances of the decade. That distinction goes to 2005's Dirty Love, playing a woman who takes cultural appropriation to such offensive levels that she's one step away from performing in blackface.
I can't even believe you fell for that.
Very funny, Michelle.
Even when Electra played herself in movies like Monster Island, we're certain that anyone else on set, from the Teamsters to the craft services people, could have given a more convincing performance.
Hey, I was just, Just gonna go powder my nose.
Number 7, Larry the Cable Guy. Once upon a time, there was an unfunny comedian named Daniel Lawrence Whitney. Despite being from Nebraska, Whitney thought he might be able to spice up his act by adopting a stereotypical Southern persona.
Oh, that wouldn't have been good right there.
Enter Larry the Cable Guy, the only character Whitney knows how to play. Even then, Whitney doesn't play the character especially well, relying on an over-the-top accent and catchphrases to deceive people into thinking what he's saying is humorous.
Here's what you need to be thinking about. You need to be thinking about a cool little catchphrase to say when we get him.
What do you mean?
You gotta have a cool catchphrase. I mean, it's in the rule book.
Throughout the 2000s, it seemed like Hollywood was trying to make this blue-collar comic the next Ernest, with vehicles like Larry the Cable Guy Health Inspector, Delta Farce, and Witless Protection.
And trust me, I'm doing the right thing.
Larry, please.
Darling, man's gotta do what a man's gotta do.
Unfortunately, Larry the Cable Guy is no Ernest. Daniel Lawrence Whitney is no Jim Varney, and Mater is no Slinky Dog. Number 6, Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey closed out the decade with a solid supporting turn as a social worker in Precious.
Tell me about your home life.
Ain't nothing to really talk about.
You're in a safe place. Just talk. What's going on? What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think about home?
Alas, her acting career is still defined by her first leading role. As if the title wasn't already a giveaway, Glitter is the epitome of a vanity project, with an artificial performance at the center. It's also a cautionary tale for every pop star who assumes, just because they have a golden voice, acting will come inherently.
What are you doing? That guy wanted to sign us, you crazy?
Some might argue that critics were too harsh toward Carey, especially given the mental health struggle she was facing at the time. Whether or not a line was crossed, we still can't call this a passable performance, and Carey herself has acknowledged that she was in over her head.
Okay.
Number 5. Jessica Simpson. Where Carey at least gave one good performance, Jessica Simpson repeatedly reminded us why not every pop star is cut out to be a movie star. Between playing herself in The Master of Disguise and The Love Guru, Simpson gave 3 unnatural performances.
Mariska Hargitay, Jessica Simpson. Did you get into the VIP room okay?
One officially put Daisy Dukes out of style, another made Dane Cook look like an acceptable actor, and the third headlined a film that only played in 8 Texas theaters. That's still a wider release than Simpson's acting swan song received. Private Valentine Blonde and Dangerous, aka Major Movie Star, was sent straight to DVD in the US. It was released theatrically in a few other countries, but as Conan O'Brien pointed out, English wasn't the primary language in any of them.
Miss Valentine, are you all right?
No. My boyfriend's gay!
Number 4. Tom Green. With his supporting roles in Road Trip and Charlie's Angels, Tom Green proved that his acting capabilities didn't extend beyond what we saw on TV.
I figured we could have a little breakfast, and then maybe, after, we could have a little Chad.
Of course, there are some things you can't do on TV, but Green had few restrictions in Freddy Got Fingered, taking his shtick to new frontiers of obnoxiousness, disgust, and anti-humor.
I'm being creative? Now, if you'll excuse me, I still have some work to do. Daddy, would you like some sausage? Daddy, would you like some sausages?
Although some have defended the film as a twisted experiment, Green seemed to take pride in how negative the reception was, bringing a red carpet to the Razzies. Where Freddy Got Fingered was fascinatingly bad, Green's subsequent performances in Stealing Harvard and Bob the Butler were forgettably bad.
The children are in bed, ma'am.
Oh, thank you, Bob. Music to my ears.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
No. Thank you. I'll see you in the morning.
By the decade's end, Green had faded into obscurity, leaving future generations to ask why their parents found this guy funny. Number 3. Rob Schneider. Derp-de-derp-da-deedly. Oh, sorry. We seem to have gotten our script mixed up with one from South Park. Honestly though, do we need to say anything else?
Oh, right? Gosh, how sick is this?
A cameo in an Adam Sandler comedy is about as far as any Rob Schneider performance should go. For whatever reason, Hollywood kept trying to pass him off as a lead throughout the 2000s, casting Schneider as an animal, a hot chick, a carrot, and a gigolo.
Hey, little friend. I guess I owe you a big...
Okay, one of those was also taken from South Park, but we bet you can't remember which one. Schneider not only made some of the decade's dumbest and most offensive comedies, but also some of the blandest with his lack of star power, poisoning every project from within.
Jessica, honey, is everything all right?
Yes, Mother. It's just a spider.
Number 2. Paris Hilton. In the realm of cinema, Paris Hilton is best known for a certain tape that started circulating in 2004. As far as real movies go, the industry tried capitalizing on the hotel heiress's notoriety in films like 2005's House of Wax.
You know how proud I am of you. It's just an internship at InStyle magazine.
Although this was stunt casting at its most shameless, Hilton's performance in that film was more distracting than jaw-droppingly awful. She saved that for The Hottie and the Naughty, in which Hilton basically played herself, or at least how she views herself.
And if things were different, who knows?
Hilton doesn't even have the self-awareness to turn in an enjoyably bad performance. Whenever the cameras are rolling, Hilton acts as if she's the center of the universe. In reality, she's a black hole who sucks out any talent in her orbit.
Hola.
Hey, sweetheart, over here.
Hi.
Who's your date?
His name is Pate.
Big smile.
Number 1. Tommy Wiseau. Tommy Wiseau is to bad actors what Daniel Day-Lewis is to seasoned thespians. He doesn't accept many roles, The Room being Wiseau's only performance from this decade.
Hi, babe. I have something for you.
What is it?
Just a little something.
Whenever he returns to the screen, though, it's a spectacle to behold. Surprisingly, Wiseau is the one actor on this list who has yet to be nominated for a Razzie. Perhaps that's because Wiseau transcends traditionally bad acting.
Hi.
Can I help you?
Yeah, can I have a dozen red roses, please?
Oh, hi, Johnny. I didn't know it was you. Here you go.
That's me.
Seeing Wiseau perform is like having a close encounter with an alien trying to convince us that he's human, but has no idea how the species is supposed to speak, behave, or process basic emotions. Wiseau is a hoot to observe, but to say he's anything less than the worst of the worst would be a disservice to his genius.
You are lying. I never hit you. You are tearing me apart, Lisa!
Who do you expect to see on the inevitable top 10 worst actors of the 2010s? Let us know in the comments.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Me too. Why?
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.